your toes. All right, so we're going to begin in standing position. And we're just going to start with some breath and some kind of connection to our breath, making sure that we're all doing this, correctly. And it's just a great way to get in touch with our body as we begin. So we're going to start with putting our hands on the ribs and right on the outside of the ribs if you can. If this bothers the shoulders for whatever reason, you can bring them more to the front to drop down the elbows. So soften the knees, don't have them locked. And I want you concentrating on the rib cage itself. Remember, the rib cage is a circle. And so as we inhale, we want to feel this lateral breath out to the side. So as we inhale, we want to open up through the hands. And as we exhale, we want to close the ribs, feeling the rib cage, the circle of the rib cage, draw deep to the center of the body. So we want to think of that lateral breath. Inhale again. And exhale. So if I had my hands kind of more in the front and my fingers wide, as I inhale, I feel the hands wanting to open out. And as I exhale, I feel the rib cage wanting to lace back together. Okay. So as we continue with this breath, we're going to think of staying as tall as we can. And we're going to think of also accessing our lower abdominals. So we're going to think of that pelvic floor. So let's come here again. We're going to inhale as we grow tall and open the ribs. And as we exhale, we're going to stay tall, closing the ribs and feeling our belly, our low belly having to connect. Let's do that again. Inhale, grow tall. Lateral breath through the ribs. Exhale, closing the ribs, finding our low belly, staying tall. Inhale. And exhale. Few more breaths. Inhale. So try not to let the shoulders come up into the ears. Just try to work through the rib cage itself. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. And we can let those arms come down by the side. So we're going to think about that same kind of breath. Let's kind of catch our breath, but just make sure we're not trying to make ourselves dizzy here. Just relax for a moment. We're going to do that same breath, but we're going to do it without the hands on the ribs. So I just want you to still be thinking of the same thing, staying tall on your inhale and exhale. We're going to add in the arms. So the ribs are going to move with the arms. As we inhale, the arms are going to come out to the side. And so is your breath through the ribs. As you exhale, the arms are going to come back to the body as the ribs tighten and pull to the inside of the body. And inhale. And exhale. And continue. Inhale. So ribs open, arms open. Exhale, ribs close, arms close. The big thing to know here is as you close the ribs and open them, it's the whole rib cage as a circle, right? It's not just the front, but you're also accessing the back as well. So inhaling as the rib cage opens out. Exhaling as the whole rib cage squeezes and shuts towards the center of the body. 1 more time. And exhale. We're going to bring those hands down by your side. We're going to go ahead and extend those wrists so that the palms are facing the floor. And we're just going to do a little stretch. So try to go back to making sure you're in a nice relaxed knee position. We're going to take the right arm up as we bend over towards the left, keeping that nice extension of the wrist, feeling that stretch through that right side of the body, and then we're going to come back up. Let's inhale as we reach up and over. And exhale as we come back to center. Again, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. We're going to add on this last one. We're going to inhale, bend up and over. We're going to hold this stretch as we just slightly from the upper body rotate and look to the floor. The hand that is by your side down low is not moving. And now holding this position, you're going to twist in the other direction, looking to the ceiling. Come back to center, stand tall. Let's do that on the other side. And up and over, holding, and then twisting to look at the floor, almost pushing down with the hand that's by your side, and then twist, looking to the ceiling, and then back to center, and back. All right, so we're just going to step to the edge of our mat, and we're just going to do a couple of little roll downs here, all right? So from this position, we're going to start with kind of opening up the upper back. So nice little parallel position, hip width apart. Feel the feet underneath you, feel, the heels, the ball of the foot, everything nice and evenly distributed. And then we're going to drop our chin to the chest, and we're going to slowly roll it down just until we feel that kind of openness of the upper back. So you're not going down very far. We're going to begin at the low belly. And as you exhale, you're going to pull the low belly in as you lift that spine back to straight. Head coming up last as the shoulders drop down. Let's try that again. And chin to chest. Pull in on the belly as though you're rolling up and over a big ball. Let that upper back open. Hold. Pull up and in with that low belly as we stack that vertebra up. Shoulders down. One more time. And chin down. And pull in. Lift up and over that imaginary ball. Opening that upper back. And pull in and up on that belly to stack. We're going to go ahead and take that all the way down to the floor. And we're going to let the knees bend as we come down. So we're going to start with the chin. You're going to go down as far as you can, keeping those legs straight. And then when you feel like you start to feel that little stretch come in, we're going to start to bend those knees as the hands come to the floor. We're going to land in this bent knee position. We're going to straighten our spine, but staying in this bent knee position. Pulling the chest up, pulling the shoulders down. Keeping the fingertips or the hands on the floor. You're going to tuck that chin, and you're going to lift that pelvis to the ceiling for a stretch. We're going to bend right back down to the floor. We're going to come back to that straight spine, lifting the chest, pulling the shoulders down. And again, going to the stretch. Lifting the pelvis. And back down just one more time. Coming up to that nice straight spine. And then again, scooping up that belly. Coming into that stretch. And coming right back down to the floor. We're going to kneel on that floor. And we're going to go ahead and go down into laying on our back. Have your weights handy. We're going to use one of them. So go ahead and have those handy. We're going to sit tall, legs out in front. And we're going to bring those hands just right by your side. And we're going to think of promoting this length of our spine. And how we're going to do that is we're going to gently press through the hands and almost like we're pushing through the floor to elongate our spine, right? So we're going to do this with our breath. So relaxing the elbows. As you inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, gently send the energy through the heels of the hand to stay as tall as possible. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, send that energy down through the heels of the hand. So now let's see if we can hold our height. So we're going to inhale, grow as tall as you can. And now try not to lose the height as you exhale and bring those arms out in front of you. Bring those hands back. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, stay as tall as you can. Closing those ribs. So we're still working on that breath. One more. And exhale. And bring it down. And we're going to go ahead and roll down to the mat, and we're just going to stay there once we get there. So hands out in front. We're going to tuck that pelvis, and we're just going to roll it down. And we're just going to quickly talk about that breath again from this position. So from here, you can keep those legs long. If it bothers the back for whatever reason, you can always go into this bent knee position as well. All right? We're going to take those hands back to the ribs. We're going to go back to kind of feeling almost like they're laced together in the front. And I want you to still think about that low belly connecting. As we inhale, we're going to feel the breath now kind of more towards the back opening and the sides, not the front to the ceiling. So inhale and exhale, feeling that kind of lacing of those hands together again. So as we inhale, we want to feel as though the ribs are pulling our hands apart. Exhale. Let's try that again. Inhale. Feel the opening of the back and the sides. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. We're just going to find one of those weights, and we're going to finish this breath series up by just placing a weight kind of right under the chest, right where the ribs begin to spread. So I have each part of the weight on the ribs, but the other part is kind of in that floating rib area. I'm going to let those hands come by my side. And from here, I want you to think as you inhale and opening the ribs from the sides and the back, of allowing the weight to sink into the rib cage a little bit more. And tightening that low belly, feeling that rib cage drop down. Inhale again. Tighten that low belly. Exhale all that air out. Feel the weight sink as you inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then we can just take that weight. Go ahead and take it off. So this breath is what we're going to be working on throughout our movement today. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and do a curl up. If you need your hands by your side to help you, that's fine. Otherwise, they come to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, tuck that chin to chest, and curl all the way up. And we're going to go into a nice little mermaid stretch to finish this warm up, right? So hand by your side, hand out to the side. We're just going to bend that hand on the floor as we bend up and over. And then we come up. And this time, the hand's going to go a little further away. We're going to sweep the hand in front of you. We're going to come up onto the knees as we stretch in this nice opened position here. We're going to come back. And this time as we come up, same position, come up, looking at that hand, looking at that ceiling, and coming back down. And we're just going to switch to the other side. So going into that mermaid on the other side, hand by your side, we're going to bend that elbow on the floor, reaching up and over, and then coming back up. This time we're sweeping that hand in front, taking that hand a little further away on the floor, coming up to our stretch, and back down. And this time again, coming up to the stretch, looking at the hand, and coming all the way back down. And we are warmed up.
Yes. Okay. Like Cyndie said, we're going to carry our breath through. We're going to try to carry that through most of the class today, but we're going to grab our weights and we're going to have our hands on the top of the weights. So the weights are at your side and you're sitting on the sitting bone. So I want you to make sure you're sitting on the sitting bone. So I think of my shoulders right over my hips, and then Cyndie likes this one, so I'm going to do it too because I like it too. So we're going to flex. We're going to flex our feet. We're so serious today. We're so okay, so hands are at your side, palms on top of the weights. I want you to feel like when we were pressing our hands to the mat, you're going to press into the weights, grow taller on an exhale. Or sorry, inhale. Sorry. And then as you exhale, I want you to press the weights forward as you tuck the chin And remember the heaviness in the ribs. So I want you to pull those ribs back as you press the hands forward. And then keep that press on the hands as you inhale. Lengthen and try to find the longest spine you can with that inhale, keeping the ribs back. As you exhale, belly pulls in and start to move into maybe a deeper stretch here. And take that inhale, press into the weights. The weights help engage that belly. We're going to start with our abs next. So push it out on the exhale. And inhale, we'll go one more after that. Press into those hands, grow taller. And exhale. And inhale. And we're going to rest here or stop here. So if you need to stretch out your legs to do the work because you have hip flexor problems, you can do that.
Like me.
Yes, it's fine, and I may end up going to that too. Otherwise, knees can be bent. We're going to take our inhale, reach those arms up. We're going to roll ourselves down, and the weights kind of assist with roll-ups and roll-downs, so I am going to straighten my legs. Sorry. So lengthen the spine like you were pressing off the floor. Reach those fingertips forward. Take that inhale, and as you exhale, let's just curl it back. So I like to think of starting on the back side of my pelvis. That's my reminder to pull my shoulders down also. And then one bone at a time goes down to the mat. Hands reach up, head comes down, shoulder blades are nice and flat on that mat, opened up. Inhale. And as you exhale, chin to chest. I want you to feel like you're floating up light through that head and that neck. You're using the belly to reach or to lift you up. Lengthen that spine. We're going to go down one more time. Take that inhale. Lengthen that spine. Try to keep that rib cage lifted as you roll it down. Pulling the belly to the spine. Pull those shoulders down and back. One bone at a time. Just like if you were bridging up from the tailbone, starting from there, I want you to find every vertebrae. Head comes down. We're going to come up halfway. Or we'll come up all the way. Exhale. It'll make more sense if we come up all the way. All right, and now we're going to bend the knees or keep them long, okay? You're going to place those hands down alongside you at the mat. We're going to come down to a half position. So remembering that roll down, try to get to the back side of the pelvis or wherever you feel a connection where the front side of your body connects, okay? So with a deep tuck here, and pulling that belly back, you shouldn't get into the low back, but if you do this work seated straight. Pull the shoulders down, we're gonna lift the arms up, and only go as high as it feels good, and press them down. And inhale them up, remember those ribs. This is a good belly warm-up. So we're resisting those weights as we come up, and as we exhale, we're pulling the hands down. Go for 4, inhale. Belly is really connected. Curl a little deeper. Open up that low back. Here's 2. And we got 2. I'm counting this down. I'm counting this down. I've got a new counting way. Here's your last one. I'm going up to
I'm starting this morning.
No. And reach the arms forward. I promise. It's a count up to 2 and a back from 2. Come on. All right, so we're going to rotate the palms. Okay, now we're giggly. All right, so hands are going to reach forward. We're going to find those sitting bones. Okay, legs can be extended or whatever you want. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down. We're just going to lift those arms up. Shoulders pull down the back. Inhale, lower them down. We're going to exhale. So we're working in this nice lengthened spine. As those arms come up, try to set those shoulders down. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. Inhaling down. Exhaling like somebody's pulling your hands down to the ground and you're pushing up against. Okay. Now I'll count us the right way. So I forgot. We're going to go 4. Don't make me laugh. Although it does help with belly engagement. Here's 2. And last one. And bring those hands down beside you. We're going to curl ourselves back. Again, we're going to do bicep curls. So I'm going to reach my palms forward, palms up. Curl yourself back on that exhale. Again, go into that kind of tip back to the back side of that pelvis. I've got my feet flexed. I'm going to draw those weights in toward my shoulders, and I'm going to press them away. So elbows can be high or low. Want the elbows pointed forward, and just like when we're using straps in our hands, we're exhaling and pulling those ribs back even deeper, pulling the belly to the spine. And we're really using, so even if you didn't have weights, you're trying to turn on those biceps, keep those shoulders down, shoulder blades down the back. And if you're really deep in that curl, you may even feel like you're going to fall over backwards. So you want to keep those feet connected. Elbows are still. We're going to go for 3. And here's 2. I forgot to turn on the air.
I do that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And 1, I forgot. It's getting really hot up here in the front of the studio. Hold it here. Curl yourself up, lengthen the spine, and take a quick break. Roll out the shoulders. We are doing upper back and shoulders and arms today, by the way. There's a theme. So place one weight down beside you. We'll stretch after this. And then lengthen the legs or keep a bent knee, whatever feels good. You're going to take your opposite hand, place it behind the knee or alongside you. Reach that hand with the weight forward, palm down. We're going to do a little rotation with a little obliques, okay? So sitting tall, this is your start, your stop. Start of the move is an inhale, rotate the palm back. Palm goes up. Look to that hand as it sweeps around, draw the shoulder down, and then curl yourself up as the palm sweeps forward, palm down. Find the sitting bones. Inhale. I want you to pull that rib down. So the hand that has the weight, that's the rib you want to turn on, that oblique. Inhale. Curl it back. Pull. I'm on my right side. I'm pulling my right rib cage back. Inhale, and we're matching our breath. Inhale. Looking back. Exhale. Right up to center. We're going to go for 4. Inhale. And exhale. And you may feel more weight coming into that hip that you're rotating toward that side arm. And you're thinking, sweep that arm out. Reach those fingertips out and back. And curl it up. We got 2. Inhale. And find that start and that stop at the end of every breath. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll go to the other side. And we are going to go for 10, okay? We did 10,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Seated on those sitting bones, but you break anytime. I know you guys can break at home. You won't feel like you have to keep up with everyone if you don't want to. Hand behind the knee. Take that inhale, palm down, reach those fingers forward. Inhale, sweep the arm back, look to those fingers, pull that left rib cage down, and exhale, pull it forward. As soon as I draw that left rib cage down, it helps engage that opposite side as well. Inhale, so the rib that's on top. And you're finding that center at the end of every move and every breath. So find those sitting bones, lengthen like we practiced at the beginning. And make your breath as long and slow as you can. Inhale. And let that exhale. All the air comes in. And then pause.
I think this is 6.
It felt like 8.
This is 8.
Okay, good. Okay, we got 2 more, guys. Hang in there. Inhale. We're warming up. And last one, make it good. Inhale, reach, 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 look back, and exhale, come up forward, and let's take a quick break. We're going to forward fold over our legs, release our hip flexors. So just collapse over the top of the thighs. If you're flexy, you can grab the toes or shins or whatever feels good. Hands can even rest on the knees. I'm going to flex my feet and get that back side stretched out. I want to feel, for me, I want to feel that stretch all the way up my back. I'm really tight today. And just hang out here and try to release and relax. So you might get a deeper stretch. You might go a little deeper into that curl. And then as we come up, remembering the pressing on the way to line, to press into the top of the legs as you rebuild the spine on that exhale. And let's go forward, pressing one more time, straight down the front of the legs as you curl, pull the belly back, pushing a little pressure in the hands, and exhale, push, push, push into the top of the legs, and rebuild the spine. All right, we're gonna roll ourselves down, but we're gonna do it kind of in a fancy way. All right, so legs are extended. So we're gonna reach those fingers forward and we're gonna lift our right leg, okay, just a hover. So try to lift that leg and then exhale, keep that hover as you roll it down, just like a regular roll down, nice and slow. Try to stay balanced and centered. Inhale, exhale, roll it up like the chest is light and the belly is pulling back. And as you come up, you're going to lower that leg down. We're going to pick up the opposite leg, lift it up. Take that inhale, exhale. I have to walk myself down, the mat is so steep. And arms come up to the ceiling, shoulders are down. Exhale, chin to chest. Lengthen, lower. Let's go one more time on each side, okay? So lift it up, exhale. It takes a lot of concentration. And you're trying to drop that head as the very last, hanging on to that lift as long as you can. And then as you come up, try to lengthen that spine and then set the leg down one more time on the other side. And hands come up. Let's bend our knees. I'm going to squeeze myself down. Feet are nice and comfortable on the floor. And we're going to find that neutral spine, which should be nice and relaxed in the spine now. Grab those weights. We're going to bring the hands up to the ceiling. And we're going to lift the chest as we lower the arms. Legs are going to stay where they are. So take that inhale and exhale. Lifting the chest, looking through those thighs. Hands come down alongside you. We're going to pause right here. So you're in this big curl. You're going to lift the arms up. And if it feels bad on the neck, drop one weight and support the head, or just lay the head, neck, shoulders down. So I want to feel my shoulder blades, the very kind of tip or the end of the wing, kind of rolling on the mat. So my shoulders are lifted, but it's not huge. And I'm finding my breath again. So my ribs are inhaling open, and as I exhale and close, I engage that deep belly. Let's go 2. And last one. Pressing the hands down to the mat, roll yourself down to foot break. We're going to leave the head down for the next set, okay? So arms are going to come long beside you. We're going to rotate the palms up. We're going to bring our knees to a tabletop. And they can come together or separate. We're going to try to keep that neutral spine if you don't feel good in your low spine imprint. Pull the belly up and back, pull the ribs down. We're just going to reach the arms up, palms up, and then lower them down. So keep that low belly connection. That'll help support the spine and also keep that pelvis neutral. So when that low belly is engaged, the pelvis is neutral. I'm reaching my fingertips away from my shoulders, drawing my arms up from the front side. So just letting the weights be heavy in my hands. We're going to go 2 more. And exhale. And we're going to lower the hands down. We are going to alternate with one leg dipping as the opposite arm comes up. So I'm going to start right arm lifts as left toes dip. And then we'll alternate. So make sure you're in that tabletop. And your breath, that exhale, is what's lifting and bringing that leg up. Don't let those hip flexors kick in. So every time that leg or knee pulls back up to tabletop on that exhale, I want you to feel that belly kick in even more. And we'll go 1 more each side. So here's 1. And there's 2. And that's your last set. Arms come down, let the feet come down to the mat. Bring the knees together. Let's open up the arms, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good. We're going to drop our knees to one side. Just get that spiraling in the spine, or that, I hate to say twist, but I'm thinking of a twist. And my feet are stacked, my shoulders are down, the weights are keeping my shoulders kind of down and open. Palms away. And take that inhale, turn on that low belly. As you exhale, to draw the knees back to center and wringing out that waistline. And then let's drop the other way. Relax the spine. Let that hip come up. Don't let those shoulders lift. And kind of settle into that. So for me, I start out with a little tension to protect my low back, and then I relax. Exhale to center. We're gonna go one more time. Inhale, we're gonna work on our obliques a little bit. So I want to stretch you out. And let's take one more inhale, exhale. Knees come to center. And we'll go opposite side, and then we'll get one. And we're going to bring our feet to the mat again. Knees are opened up just a little bit. So if you have those neck problems, we're going to start with chest lift and rotating side to side. One hand is going to come through the center as the opposite hand goes to the outside. So if you need to support the head, drop one weight. We'll stay on one side so you can do that, okay? So if you need that head support, we'll just stay on the right side for now. I'm going to take both my weights, take my inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to reach to the right outside with my right hand. Left hand comes through center. I'm trying to reach that bottom arm even farther away, and then I'm going to roll it down. So we'll stay there for 8, okay? So really trying to lift up, light and up and over with the chest. Try to take it out of the neck. Reach that bottom hand, turn on that oblique. You really got to find it. There's 4, and again, you can drop that weight anytime to support the head. And exhale. And we have 2 more. Nice and light, take it out of the neck. I have to think about that a lot. The neck wants to kick in. Exhale, pull that belly deeper, pull the ribs down. We're going to lift and lower that outside arm. So it's a lift, and remember the shoulder blade. Reach that arm. So if I'm reaching my fingertips away, reaching to the ceiling, I get that deeper kind of oblique connection. I'll go for 3. And there's 2. And last one. And we'll roll it down, hands come up. So remember, drop that right weight now if you need to support the head with the right hand. Or you could even do 4 with the weights and then drop it anytime. So shoulders are nice and open, feet are comfortable. Take that inhale. As you exhale, reach left hand to the outside of left thigh. Reach those fingertips a little farther and then roll it down. And that little mini pause at the top really helps me to turn that oblique on. Inhale, I'm pulling my left rib cage down, trying to keep my right hip down. So that kind of oppositional feeling of drawing that right hip down, using that right oblique, but turning on that left oblique to lift just a little higher. There's 3. And 2. And last one. Lift it up. Reach that left bottom arm toward that left ankle. Lift it up and press it. Only go as high with the hand as you feel comfortable. Pull that left oblique nice and tight. Pull that rib cage in. Pull that right hip down. It's going to see me up here. Breathe. Lift up a little higher. Take it out of the neck. 2. And last one. And hands come up, roll it down. Let's drop those weights. Bring the knees into the chest. We have one more little fun thing to do on our backs, which will release any tension. This will feel good. We're not going to lift our head, okay? So we'll get that thinking of the bridging movement. We're going to have our hands a little bit wider, shoulders open, hands on top of those weights, okay? And the knees are going to come to tabletop. So with this curl, I want you to think of kind of rolling up like a little pilly bug or a ball. And you're going to draw the knees in toward, think of drawing toward the forehead. And then also picture that bridge. So take your inhale. And as you exhale, you're imprinting the belly, pulling the ribs down. Press into the hands, bring the knees and the tailbone up, and then back to tabletop on the inhale. As you exhale, draw them in, low, low belly, and take that little pause and then nail that tabletop. Inhale, lower. And I'm pushing into my hands, trying to keep my shoulders open. And I'm using my lowest part of my belly on that pulse to draw those knees in and get that big curl. Let my tabletop slide. Let's go for 2. And go for 1. Now you're going to extend those legs long. They can go low or high. Press, lift that tailbone, and lower one bone at a time, nice and slow. Exhale, up, and inhale. Roll through every bone in the spine. It should feel good, even though it's low belly work. So remembering that breath that we're trying to carry through class, we're going to go 2 more. And exhale, ribs pull down, belly pulls deep, and last one. And roll it down, bring it down. Let's just relax here. And we'll draw the knees in and open. Okay, so let's widen the knees and just rock side to side. I'm rocking from hip to hip. I'm trying to release any low back tension. See, this is why I run out of time for groups. Okay, so I'm going to roll us up. We're going to get into just a little quick planky, and then we're going to adjust myself. So take that inhale, exhale, use the hands if you need to pull yourself up. It's hard enough to get all that work. And we're going to press ourselves up to a straight leg, head down, kind of that curl down position. My hands are going to be forward. I'm going to step my feet back into a plank. Yeah, that's okay. I know. Just get into the plank wherever you want. So if you need to come up to the knuckles, that feels better on the wrist, or down to the forearms, you can definitely do this work on the forearms, although forearms is harder for me for sure. So I'm stalling right now through this plank. And I'm going to lengthen. So let's work on that breath real quick here. So I'm pushing away, pulling my ribs up, taking my inhale, and maybe imagining those hands at my rib cage as I exhale. Hands interlace or fingertips interlace like when we were holding our hands around the rib cage. We're going to press ourselves up into a big upside down, so pyramid, upside down V. Press into the hands, ears alongside the biceps. Try to lower those heels. And as you come into this work, I always feel like my ribs are kind of popping out, so I'm trying to hold them back. And I'm pushing into the floor so I can get my heels as connected as possible. I'm getting that big stretch up my backside, and I'm going to shift back onto the ball of my foot into my plank. And I'm going to get myself in position again, pulling my belly up, pulling my waistline into the center, including my ribs, that whole side leg. Take that inhale. We'll go one more time up into that upside down V or pyramid press. I don't know why I don't like to call it a pike. I don't even know what a pike is.
This would be it.
This is a pike, but why? And heels are down, and we're going to roll forward, and we're going to hold it here. So focus now. So we're taking it a little out of the abs. Don't let go of the abs, but I want you to feel the upper back. So the shoulder blades, we're going to roll forward. Shoulders stay down. You're coming up to the tippy toes, and then you're pressing yourself back into that big flex. Heels are pushing back. And we're rolling to the tippy toes, and we're pressing back. And if you feel low back, lift the hips up a little higher and press it back one more time, forward and back. And pause right here in your neutral, press back to that pike. Here we go, last little thing. So while you're in this pike, find your center, because we're gonna lift our left leg. So pull that belly in, lift that left leg up, heel first with a flex. Try to let that left hip drop. I'm looking to make sure. Squeeze the glutes, roll forward into that plank. Let's bring that knee in with a big tuck toward the left and straighten it out and place that foot down. We're gonna lift or press back into a pike. There, I said it. And lift that right leg, but let that right hip settle down. I don't want you to lift that left or right hip. Back to your plank. Hold that knee in toward that right elbow with a big tuck. Stretch it out long, lengthen the spine, foot comes down. Let's drop down to our knees. Press ourselves back. Just for a quick little child's pose. Open the knees if you want. Be careful if you're on your knees. And let's tuck that tailbone first. Think of that bridge, imprinting that low spine, tucking and rolling up through the spine.
We're gonna stretch ourselves out, but not stay here long into our plank. So come on up, Cyndie, roll up. I know it's I know. And then walk the hands, big steps with the hands back. You can bend those knees if you want. Tuck that chin, let the head kind of release, let those shoulders relax, and roll yourself up.
Clearly, I'm in a hurry.
Sorry. Okay.
Don't know if we're gonna get to glutes today.
I know. But it's okay because upper back is.
Yeah, let's finish up some upper back and some arms, because those are just such important areas for us.
Yes.
So we're going to start in nice. So pick up your weights. We're going to start in our nice second position, and we're going to go into that little bend, right? So I want you to feel stable, almost like this is comfortable. So I don't want you in that really super deep knee bend, unless you really want to add on those quads, right? But just a little, right? That nice stable position. So we're going to start with this kind of goalpost position. We're going to work some upper back. So elbows are straight out in front of you, but if you start to feel your neck, just drop those elbows down a little bit more, all right? So we're going to think of our center. As you exhale, we're going to reach the elbows open and apart, and we're going to feel the energy come into the upper back. We're going to inhale as we point those elbows forward. And again, exhale, reach the elbows apart. So let's add that breath in that we've been practicing. We're inhaling here as we expand the ribs out, and then we're exhaling as we close those ribs to the center of our body. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. We are holding on this open. We're going to take those weights, we're going to drop them down so that now our hands are facing the floor, right? We're going to inhale as we reach the arms forward, bringing the weights together. We're going to exhale as we pull those hands apart and reach those elbows apart and back. Inhale. Exhale. So you're closing the ribs here. Don't let them pop forward as you reach those elbows behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, if you start getting into your neck, lower the elbows or the arms. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And let those arms come to a rest. Roll out those shoulders for just a moment. So we're going to take those arms back up, now into that wide goalpost position again. And we're just going to reach them to the ceiling. Feel those shoulder blades drawing down. So let's start with the inhale. Exhale as we reach them up. So this is the closing of the ribs. Inhale. Opening the ribs, widening them to the side. Exhale. Closing the rib cage. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale. Come on in, Christina. Come on, say hello. And come on down and rest. Come on through.
Okay. Say hi to everyone.
And from here, we're going to go right back to that goalpost. We're going to finish up in this type of position with our legs. We're going to come back to the goalpost. We're going to do rotation. So drop those shoulders down. All you're going to do is take that left hand and you're going to rotate the palm down and back. Now, we're going to alternate. So we're just going to switch. And switch. So you want to try not to rotate through the body here, but just letting those shoulders. And you should be feeling this in the shoulders. Oh. One more time. And down. We're going to bring those legs back to parallel. We're going to come into a hinge forward. Let's go to the side. Yeah, we'll go to a side view for you guys so you can see this a little bit better. So we're going to bend those knees and we're going to hinge forward with the body, right? So my spine is still in neutral. Crown of my head is reaching out and up. Tailbone is reaching back. So as though my tailbone and my crown of the head are reaching in opposite directions. Arms are down by your side, relaxed. We're going to let those weights just kind of hang into those hands. And as we exhale, we're going to reach the arms behind as we lift them up towards the the ceiling. Inhale down and exhale. The closer you keep your arms to the body, kind of skimming the body as you lift those arms up, the more you're going to feel this in the triceps. Exhale. Keep your neutral. Feel those back of the arms really lifting. Let's do 3 and 2. We're going to hold this one, so as we press it back, we have those arms up nice and high. We're squeezing them into the body. We're going to pulse them up. Really reach that tailbone behind. Crown of the head in front. Belly is lifted from the floor. Lift them a little higher. 4, 3, 2. Leave them lifted. Open them to the side. Keep them lifted. Squeeze them back together. Inhale. Keep reaching the shoulders from the ears. You squeeze them back together. Let's do 4. Belly is lifted. And 3. And 2. And 1. And bring them down. Let's roll it up to a standing position. And let's just go ahead and roll out those shoulders really quickly. We're just going to do one more here to finish up, and then we'll stretch. So from this position, we're going to come back into our bent knee. We're going to hinge forward. And we're going to now come back to that kind of goalpost position where we were in the beginning. And as we exhale, we're going to reach those arms up. And then we're going to pull them back. And exhale. Inhale, pull them back. And exhale. We're only doing 4. This is 3. You need to put the weights down. Put the weights down. Pull them back to goalpost. Hold. You're going to go back to flipping one palm back, like that shoulder rotation. And then we're going to extend the arms in opposite directions. We're going to pull them back and now rotate. Other arm comes back. Reach out. Pull back and switch. And reach. Pull back and switch. And reach. Let's just do one more on each side. Pull back, switch. And reach. And switch. And reach. Hold here. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just switch the arms and pulse it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Roll it all the way up. Let's go ahead and set those weights down. And we are just going to do some nice shoulder rolls. So let the shoulders relax from the ears right now. You should feel pretty worked in your upper back. And just let those shoulders kind of roll around. Doesn't have to be big. You can do one at a time, letting the body move with the movement, switching the direction. And then from here, just let your neck roll around. Good. So from this position, we're just going to do a little neck stretch. So we're going to stand tall. We're going to take our right hand. We're going to reach it towards the floor. And we're going to, sorry, it started to bend in that direction. No, we don't want to bend in that direction. Right arm towards the floor. Left ear towards the left shoulder. And we're imagining that the right shoulder and the right ear are trying to reach apart. And just feeling that nice stretch. We're going to lift that head. We're going to do that again, but we're going to add on. So we're going to drop that left ear to the right, to the left shoulder. We're going to take our chin and we're going to rotate it to the left shoulder, kind of looking towards the floor. Keep reaching the right arm down alongside you. We're going to rotate that head back, lift it up, and we're going to do that on the other side. So now we're going to think of taking that left arm, reaching it to the floor. Take our right ear, drop it to the right shoulder. Here we hold. So we're thinking of reaching that left shoulder and left ear apart. Feeling that stretch. We're going to lift that head. I'm going to do that again with that little add-on. Drop that right ear. Hold, find the stretch. Take that chin, rotate it to the right shoulder, looking towards that floor. Keep reaching that left arm to the floor. in opposition. So you get that nice stretch. We're gonna rotate that head back. We're gonna lift it up. And we're just gonna let those arms, as we inhale, come to the ceiling. And then we're gonna exhale. And you guys made it through class.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for
Thanks,
joining us,
bye.
you guys.